In prison, getting transferred to a lower level is usually a good thing. For me in the Commonwealth of Virginia, the main difference, and why I wanted to get back to a level two this time for the second time and not run my time back up or get in trouble and get sent back to a level four, was because in order for you to be on a level two, you had to have 20 years or less. And at this point in my bid, 10 years in, I wanted to go home. I was focused. Put me where everybody else had a release date, because level threes and up, that was not guaranteed. Everybody on those institutions was not guaranteed to go home, and they let you know by the way they move 9 times out of 10. I wanted out of that hostile environment. On top of that, I did not want to take the step of leaving the organization that I was a part of on a level three, if I was going to be honest, because the stakes were higher and the penalty could have been far worse than just some bumps and bruises. So I was happy to get to a level two. St. Bride's Correctional Center would be a new start, new environment. This time I was ready, but here I go again. I'm not on the compound for even an hour. I'm not able to even call my girl for the first time, which was going to be a happy phone call, because by this time, me being on a new institution and her being out of DOC for over a year now, we would be able to see each other. She could come and visit me. All I had to do was stay out of trouble, and I could finally see my girl again. It had been a long time. And I would be able to finally talk to her and see her face to face, and this time not be sneaking around and trying to hide our relationship and trying to see if a CO is going to look in, or if one of my homeboys is going to get talking about it on the yard to one of his homeboys. There was no more stress in regards to that, other than the fact that our relationship was in shambles because of all the stress from penitentiary and the choices I was making. But nonetheless, I would finally be able to see her, sit down across from her, give her a hug, etc. And in my mind, make sure things could be okay so our relationship would last and I could make it home to her. But like I said, before I could get on the phone for that phone call, the brothers was already on me. It was crazy. I do not remember nor recall ever once somebody asking me what car I was a part of, etc. immediately. Usually when you get on an institution, you go look for them before they find you. And I ended up in a block. I remember it was 4A. It was a lot of younger cats. And I don't know what made them approach me, but once they asked the question, because my bunk was in the front of the dorm, I answered. And I told them, yeah, I'm a part of such and such. Immediately, they looked at me. Oh, you a part of what car? I said, I'm a part of such and such. Wow, what's good? They turned and started to say something to each other, and immediately I knew I was in trouble. I felt like I was going to have to fight right then and there. I didn't know if somebody from my car organization had did something here on this low level, on this level two, and we did not get word of it up where we were at. Did I walk into a war? What is going on? Was there a breakdown in communication? But before I could get all the way through my thoughts, one of the brothers turned around and say, hey, the car that you a part of, that ain't even a car no more. That doesn't exist. I said, what you mean it doesn't exist? He said, man, this the big homie right here. He's going to tell you, he going to break it down. And he did. The brother walked over, he broke it down because they notified him who I was, where I was a part of and all that. And he broke down basically that, for lack of better words, in a political level, the powers that be, the big dogs, they had messed up. They did something, offended somebody, got to beefing with somebody, may not have gotten approval for something. And now the organization that I was a part of, the car that I was a part of, was no longer a car. When that happens, basically you become a target for all the other organizations that are attached to whatever organization you were formerly a part of. Or you could join one of theirs. This was a point in time where I just wanted to leave my organization, but I did not even get a chance to know what type of environment this was. If I told them, fine, I'm good, I'm done with it, they might have put hands on me, put me in a coma, or worse, I don't know right then there on the spot. If I decided to join one of their cars or organizations so I could not become a target, well, that would be additional stress and me faking and becoming yet again a part of a way of life, or continue on with a way of life that I no longer agreed with, that didn't make sense to me. Me reporting to somebody and calling them big homie, etc., a big dog, making decisions over my life in that environment, it didn't make sense. And I couldn't see myself going that way. their big homie looked at me after he explained what had happened, and he simply said this: not gonna make it hard on you tonight. You just got here, but you got 24 hours to figure it out. You can either come over to our side, or you could take your chances. But either way, what you were a part of, that no longer is. See you tomorrow.